Have you ever sent a message, seen the read receipt, and then nothing? Hours pass, maybe days, and still no reply. Or maybe it's not even about text messages, maybe it's the way they walk past you. Avoid eye contact, or pretend like you don't exist. Being ignored cuts deeper than rejection, because rejection is at least an answer, but being ignored makes you feel invisible, unworthy, and desperate for validation. That pain, that silence, can eat away at your self-esteem until you start questioning your own worth. And if you've ever been there, you know exactly what I mean. Welcome to the influencer trap. This is where we expose hidden manipulation tactics, psychological games, and power plays that people use against you, and we teach you how to protect yourself. Today's topic, what to do when someone keeps ignoring you, isn't just about ghosting or unanswered texts. It's about recognizing when silence is being used as a weapon, when it's a signal, and when it's simply someone showing you who they really are. Most advice out there tells you to just wait it out, or text again, but that's surface evil. Today, I'm going to show you the real psychology behind why people ignore you, how to respond without losing your dignity, and the mindset shift that instantly puts the power back in your hands. First, let's understand the psychology of ignoring. Silence can mean many things. Sometimes, it's innocent, maybe they're busy, maybe life got in the way. But often, especially in close relationships, ignoring is intentional. It's a power move. Think about it. By ignoring you, they put you in a position of uncertainty. You're left guessing, did I do something wrong? Are they upset? Do they still care? And in that guessing game, they gain control, because you become the one chasing answers. This tactic is known as the silent treatment, and it's one of the most subtle yet brutal forms of manipulation. Here's a real example. A man once told me about his girlfriend who, after every small disagreement, would go completely silent for days. No calls, no replies, no explanations. He would end up apologizing sometimes without even knowing what he was apologizing for, just to break the silence. Over time, this became a cycle. Every argument ended with her silence, his panic, and his surrender. That's not communication, that's control. And the longer it went on, the more powerless he felt. Now, let's flip the script. Imagine you text a friend, and they don't reply for hours. Instead of spiraling, instead of double texting or blaming yourself, you shift your mindset. You remind yourself, silence is data. If someone ignores you, it's not always about you, it's about them showing you how much space you take up in their priority list. And if their silence keeps repeating, it's not an accident, it's a pattern. The moment you see it as information rather than an attack, you stop losing power. So what should you actually do? The first step is restraint. Do not chase. The instinct to double text, to call, to demand answers is natural, but it only feeds their power. The more you chase, the more they know you're hooked on their response. Instead, hold back, give them space, but more importantly, give yourself space. Shift the focus back to your own life, your own time, your own energy. Second, set boundaries. If someone repeatedly ignores you, acknowledge it. For example, I notice when you don't reply, it feels like I'm talking to a wall. If that's how this is going to be, I can't keep investing my energy here. Notice something: this isn't begging, it's not attacking. It's you drawing a line and making it clear that your self-respect is not up for negotiation. Third, pay attention to intent. There's a difference between someone who's genuinely busy and someone who consistently uses silence to manipulate. If they're overwhelmed but value you, they'll explain later, they'll apologize, they'll make an effort. But if someone ignores you, dismisses you, and then acts like nothing happened, that's not busyness. That's a deliberate tactic to lower your worth in the relationship. And if that's the case, the strongest response isn't to fight for attention, it's to pull away and protect your energy. Think about this. Would you rather keep begging for crumbs of attention, or would you rather walk away and make space for people who value you? Too often we trap ourselves by thinking, if I just try harder, they'll notice me. But here's the truth: attention shouldn't have to be earned through suffering. Respect is mutual, and if someone can't even give you basic acknowledgement, they don't deserve your emotional investment. Now here's the most important part. Silence hurts because it mirrors our deepest fears. The fear of not being enough, the fear of abandonment. Manipulators know this. That's why ignoring is such a powerful weapon. But once you realize that your worth isn't determined by someone else's response, their silence loses its grip. You stop waiting by the phone, you stop replaying conversations in your head, you stop begging for what should be freely given. So the next time someone ignores you, remember this. Their silence is communication. It's telling you where you stand. The question is, are you willing to listen, Or are you going to keep fighting for someone who's already shown you they don't value your voice? If this video hits you hard, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who's stuck in that painful cycle of being ignored. Hit like if you're reclaiming your power today, and subscribe to the Influencer Trap for more deep dives into the hidden psychology of manipulation and self-defense. Because the truth is, the less you beg for attention, the more powerful you become.